All right, guys, welcome back. Free NFL bets. My name's Eric. I am a little sick. My eldest child started kindergarten, and of course, those little kids get sick all the time. So I'm gonna power through this podcast. And yeah, real quick, week 3 was kind to me. I had a slight winning week. Definitely felt a lot better, more confident seeing the board. I feel calm, guys. Like, yeah, I'm like down, 25 units on the season or something like that. But I've been sports betting for a long time. I know how this shit goes. I'm ready to bounce back. I know I'm going to bounce back. So let's bounce back. Week 4, let's go. First game up, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are plus 1.5 point underdogs at home for Thursday Night Football. Over unders at 43.5. Wow. Okay. I thought that total was lower. It's so hard betting unders on Thursday Night Football, but man, 43.5. If this game was on Sunday, I would definitely be betting that under. The Cardinals defense is very good. The Seahawks defense is very good. Both quarterbacks don't turn the ball over. They're okay with taking sacks. And Kyler Murray and Sam Darnold, that's huge for unders. You know what, guys? I got to think about this. I might actually bet this under 43.5. I'm going to think about it tomorrow. But as far as the side goes, there's been money on the Seahawks so far, and I think it's just a slight overreaction to how well they looked against the Saints, and also a slight overreaction to how they looked against the Steelers, because the Steelers were very close to going up 21-14 on them, and not necessarily winning that game, but having a good stake at taking control and winning that game, the Steelers against the Seahawks. So Seahawks could easily be 1-2 right now. Cardinals could easily be 3-0 right now. Now, I think the reason why the Seahawks money's coming in is just because the Cardinals have not looked clean at the end of games. Their first 3 games, obviously the only 3 games, they have not looked clean in the fourth quarter. Kind of like almost lackadaisical. Not sharp, receivers dropping the ball, penalties, so I think that's why people are thinking the Seahawks, they're finishing the game better right now. Trust them, but I lean the Cardinals, guys. I do lean the Cardinals. I'm not going to bet that side. I see it going either way, but I do lean the Cardinals to win at home Thursday Night Football. All right, next game up. We got the Ireland game. This game will be in Ireland. Vikings and Steelers. Steelers is technically the home team. Total is, man, my computer, good thing I got the touchscreen. 40.5. So kind of a split line there. And the big thing for the Steelers is that they're going to probably get Joey Porter Jr. and Deshaun Elliott back, which is huge. But the biggest thing for the Steelers is that they got their first-round defensive tackle back, Derek Harmon, and the run defense looked a lot better against the New England Patriots. And the Patriots, I think they actually have an okay running offense. Again, it's kind of hard to tell. They have 2 rookies on the left side of their line, but nonetheless, I think that their running offense is actually average to maybe slightly above average. They just turn the ball over a lot. So the Steelers got lucky. I will admit that as a Steelers fan. But the Vikings just had an unbelievable performance against the Bengals. You couldn't have played any better for them. So neutral field, coaching wise, yes, I love Brian Flores. Kevin O'Connell I respect a lot too as offensive play caller. I definitely think that they have the better play callers. Defensively, Van Ginkel's healthy. Harrison Smith is back for the Vikings. You know, they have a very good pass rush. They're going to be very active. The Steelers' offensive line is iffy, you know, protecting Aaron Rodgers right now. I can understand the Vikings being favorites. I can understand that. Carson Wentz is going to start again for the Vikings. In my opinion, guys, see, so this is the thing, and I do believe in this stuff, and I know people who like love data and statistics, and hey, the numbers are this, the numbers are that. You know what? Football's an emotional ass sport, man. Like, I know I played Division I football. It's an emotional ass sport, and when emotions run high, in a lot of different ways, weird stuff happens, and so the Steelers ownership, the Rooneys, under President Obama, I believe, Dan Rooney, who passed away like 5 years ago, I believe. He was the ambassador, U.S. ambassador for, Ireland or something like that. So the Rooneys have been pushing for this game to be in Ireland for a while. This is a big-ass deal for the Steelers, guys. I think this game means more to the Steelers. Steelers also have a bye week, and I'll touch on that really quickly. Teams that have the bye week the next week cover the spread at a very profitable rate over like a long term, like over the last like 20 years plus, probably even longer than that. It's just something about it, guys. You don't want to go into your bye week with a loss. So the Steelers have a bye week after this game. I can only look Steelers plus 2.5, guys. That over under, I like the under 41. I think both these defenses play a very good game, stifle these offenses. Steelers make less mistakes down the stretch, and I think they eke out a win. Next game up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay, play the Buccaneers. Spread is minus 3.5 for the road favorite, Philadelphia Eagles. Over under is also 43.5. Oh, I see some 44s out there as well. Now, obviously, if you keep up with the NFL, Mike Evans is not going to be playing in this game, and Chris Godwin looks to be coming back in this game. Tristan Wirfs, I believe, is good to go for this game. I mean, we'll see how that trends out too. But yeah, Buccaneers look pretty healthy outside of Mike Evans. Eagles, they lost. Oh, Nolan Smith is hurt, guys. So their defense is not that good right now. Let's just be honest. It's not that good. I've been saying it on this podcast for the last 3 weeks, and it's just what it is, guys. Adoree Jackson, not good. They need probably a better safety than Sidney Brown or the rookie Mubuka, I think is his name. They lost Josh Sweat in free agency, Milton Williams in free agency, and they're starting a rookie linebacker who is very talented, Jihad Campbell, and they lost Darius Slay. So a lot of missing faces on the Eagles defense. They gave up a lot of points against the Rams at home. Yeah, guys, Tampa Bay still a very good offense. They can run the ball. Eagles' run defense isn't very good right now. Godwin and Ibuka, the wide receivers for the Buccaneers, I think that's more than enough to go against this Eagles secondary. You know, minus 3.5 on the road, I just feel like it's a tad bit rich. I kind of lean Buccaneers plus 3.5, but I really like the Eagles to win the game. I think the Eagles had their little scare last week at home against the Rams. That and the Eagles have lost the last 2 meetings against the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. 2 seasons ago in the playoffs, they lost on Jason Kelsey's last game in his professional career. And then last year, it might have been week 4 in Tampa Bay. It was either week 4 or week 3. Philly lost to Tampa Bay last year and was pretty soundly. I think it was like 34-16, 34-12, something like that. So, I guess a slight lean to the Buccaneers plus 3.5, but I like Philly to win. Total, I'm only looking to bet Eagles games over right now, guys. With that defense, I'm only looking to bet Eagles games over. I cashed with that last Sunday with the Eagles and Rams over 44.5 and 43.5. I don't care if Mike Evans is out. Sign me up. I think that game goes over, guys. And just really quickly, guys. So I gave that data last week. And you know what? If you sign up, guys, so there's a link in my bio on social media or on this podcast description. If you click that, I will try to send that data out this week. So go ahead and just click the link, and I'll send you that data that I was talking about last week. And I'll just talk about it right now. So one of the touching points that I touched on was that every single week in the NFL, on average, there is like 2.75 games, if you could make 2.75 games a thing, where a favorite wins every week but does not cover the spread. Last week, there were 3. Buffalo won, did not cover the spread. Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they won. They did not cover the spread. And who was the other one real quick? Let me just look at it really quick. Sorry, guys. Who was the other team? It was the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers won by 1. The spread was like minus 1.5. So technically, they did not win and cover. So those were the only 3 games last week, guys. And I'm telling you, if you track this stuff every single week, guys, teams that win the game, more likely than not, as favorites, cover the spread. Even if it's a medium spread, small spread, obviously they're going to cover it. But every week, there's only about 3. That's it. There's only a little bit of, around 3 games a week. So just kind of keep that in mind. Everyone's into like buying half points. Everyone's into like doing teasers. And I used to do that stuff. I don't do it hardly ever anymore, guys, because this is long-term data, guys. This is over 25 years worth of data, where every single week, like I'll send the data out. Click the link, guys. Click the link, and I will email you guys that data of what it says. Like literally, teams that win will cover more times than not. A minus 110 bet is very different than buying the half point with minus 120, guys. You have to win 56% of the time, 55% of the time at minus 120. At minus 110, you only have to win minus 53%. At minus 110 odds, you only have to win 53% of the time. So please, guys, don't buy half points. Do teasers at a minimum. And yeah, don't be afraid of these points, guys. Do not be afraid of these points. So basically what I'm saying with this is the Eagles minus 3.5. If you think the Eagles are going to win, just bet on minus 3.5. Just bet on minus 3.5 and roll with it. Long term, guys, professional winning sports bettors only win 55% of the time. Like, that's it. Even high 53% of the time. So you're going to be wrong 46, 47, 45 times out of 100 bets, no matter how hard you try, guys, unless you have like a serious edge and you're like up around 57%. But even then, you will lose 43% of the time, 43 times out of 100. Save the juice, guys. Win sports betting at minus 110 odds, minus 105 odds. Don't try to win sports betting at minus 120 odds. Sorry, I will keep going. Next game up, New Orleans Saints at the Buffalo Bills. Spread was minus 16.5. There's been some Saints money, guys. It's down to plus 15.5. 1 whole point. Over-unders at 48, 47.5. And here's the thing, guys. My friend, my buddy that I talk football with a lot, before the Dolphins game last week, he texted me and said, Josh Allen, as the double-digit favorite, is 0-8 against the spread. He's 0-9 now. I didn't verify the stat. I mean, I guess you guys could look it up if you want to, but it kind of makes sense. The Bills, it feels like they don't blow out the easy teams, and this is another easy team. And so the Bills, yeah, they've had extra rest. They are at home against the worst team in the NFL probably, or maybe the Titans are the worst team. One of those two teams are. And they just got blown out. The Saints did. The Saints could not have played any worse. Kellen Moore, the head coach, came out after the game, said all the right things. Like, it was embarrassing. Got to do better. Had to clean everything up. We didn't give a good fight. So forth, so forth, so forth. The Saints, excuse me, guys. The Saints' first two games at home, they showed incredible fight. They were close to tying the game up against the Cardinals, who have a very good defense. They came back on the 49ers, who have a very good defense. The Bills, in my opinion, and then the Saints played Seattle last week. In my opinion, the Bills have a worse defense than all three of those teams. I think the Seahawks, I think the 49ers, and I think the Cardinals, the entire NFC West. I think all of them have better defense than the Bills' defense. I'm not in love with the Bills' defense. I'm just not. Like, okay, Benford's a nice cornerback. Milano's a nice inside linebacker. Ed Oliver's nice in the middle. Not really a premier pass rusher on that team. They have slow safeties. Tre'Davious White's, old, I guess, I don't think the Bills' defense is that special. So if we get a professional effort from the New Orleans Saints, where, they don't even have to look great. They just have to be average. If they're just average and they don't implode like they did at Seattle, I think they cover the plus 15.5. I think they can keep it a 14-point game. Lose, let's say 31-17? Sure. 31-17, I could see that score easily. I can only look the Saints plus 14 and plus 15.5, guys, and I kind of like the over. I kind of like the over 47.5, guys. 48. Reason being, Saints defense is not that special. Bills, in theory, if they come out, they can get close to 30 points, and then what would you need? You would just need 14, the score I said, 31-17. That would get you to 48. Yeah, I like that. I like that score, guys. 31-17. If it's 31-10 in the fourth quarter, Saints could get a charity touchdown. I like that over, guys. More times than not, I think that goes over. Next game up, got the Carolina Panthers at the New England Patriots. And man, so I know I just talked about how there's only three games every single week where the favorite wins but does not cover. This really feels like one of them, guys. New England's lost 2 games at home. This is the other thing in the NFL, guys, the trends. If you look this up, and I talked about this a lot last year on the podcast, a lot. And that is that even the average to below average teams, so excluding the worst 3 teams in the NFL every single year, if you exclude the worst 3 teams, so if you take away the Saints, you take away the Titans, and I don't know, the Jets, I don't know, there's probably one other bad team I'm missing in there. If you take those 3 teams out of the equation this year, every other team will have at least 3 or 4 wins at home. Even the below average teams, like the Patriots. The Patriots have already lost 2 games at home. They lost to the Raiders, they lost to the Steelers. Here's another trend, guys, that I just know off the top of my head. Out of conference games favor the home team tremendously. Just generally speaking, especially cross country. This isn't cross country. So like Panthers on the East Coast, Patriots on the East Coast, but still. AFC, NFC games, and the home team, those teams, for whatever reason, usually just take care of business. Like the Chiefs. The Chiefs had never beaten the Giants ever. That was an AFC, NFC matchup until this past Sunday night. That was Kansas City's first win in their franchise history against the Giants. So I don't know what it is, guys. It's just kind of one of those things that I know at the top of my head. Definitely look to take the home team in those cross-conference games. So I like the Patriots to win. I don't know if they cover this number, guys, but I feel very strongly they win this game. So more times than not, don't try to put them in a teaser. Just take the 5.5, guys. Just take the 5.5. Total 43, 42.5. So this is the thing. Christian Gonzalez looks to come back for the Patriots. Patriots offense actually put up a lot of yards against the Steelers. They just had like 5 turnovers, something like that. Patriots offense looked very good against the Dolphins. The Panthers looked great. I bet them plus 5.5 against Atlanta. I am fading Michael Penix. I've faded Michael Penix the first 3 games of the season, and they got lucky at Minnesota. Lucky that J.J. McCarthy looked like a complete lost sheep. I like the Panthers to keep it interesting. I think the Patriots pull away. I like the Panthers defense. They have a lot of confidence right now. Over under. I like New England's defense, guys. They can stop the run fairly decent. I think that they can have their way at times. That's a tough total, guys, for me at least. I lean under 43. I don't feel amazing about it. Let's move on. Commanders at the Falcons. So this is interesting. Dan Quinn, head coach of the Commanders, used to be the head coach of the Falcons. So he's going back for his first time as a head coach again, going against the Falcons. He called the game as a defensive coordinator with the Cowboys. Was that last year? Last year, yeah. But anyways, this means a little bit more. You're the head coach now. You're the head coach. You're going back to the place where you had a lot of success at times, and then you got fired ultimately. I don't know if that's such a huge motivating factor for Dan Quinn, but that's a thing. Marcus Mariota, if he plays, he used to be the Falcons quarterback. So there's also that. Now, Jaden Daniels did come out today on Wednesday, September 24th. That's when I'm doing this podcast. And said that his knee feels fine, but it's up to the doctors. So that's a quote from a player saying, I want to be on the field. I just want to play. That's basically what Jaden Daniels is saying in a polite manner. So with all that said, if Jaden Daniels plays, I mean, come on. -1? Are you kidding me? With the Commanders? Guys, Michael Penix is not good. Michael Penix will not be an NFL quarterback for probably after this season, in my opinion. I've been dead on with Michael Penix. He had an okay first game, but they were all quick throws pretty much. He did not play that well at Minnesota. Bijan Robinson was just running the ball well, and that defense was running the ball well. They didn't even score a touchdown, I think, until they let them score a touchdown in the fourth quarter or something like that. Maybe they scored one before that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Michael Penix, I will go down. I don't care if he proves me, whatever happens. I doubt he proves me wrong. I'm looking to fade him. I think I'm going to bet the Commanders -1, guys. I have not gotten there yet. Seriously considering it, though. The reason I'm kind of hesitant is because the Falcons' defense is actually pretty damn good. They only gave up 23 points last week as a defense because Penix threw the pick 6. Now, this total's at 45. I think that's too high, guys. Commanders' defense is spotty, but again, you don't have to be amazing against Penix. They only scored 20 against the Buccaneers. Well, Buccaneers' defense is okay. They struggled against the Vikings. They struggled against the Panthers' defense. I can't blame you if you want to take the Falcons team total under. I like both of those unders, but again, I need to see if Jaden Daniels is playing or not before I touch that under. If Mariota plays, I definitely like that under a lot. Next game, we've got the Cleveland Browns at the Detroit Lions. And friends, I was wrong about the Detroit Lions. They ruined my Monday Night Football bet. I bet on the Ravens -4.5. That was not enjoyable at all. And yeah, so I thought that the Lions were going to regress, and I can't doubt them, guys. I can't doubt them. The offensive line looks okay. It looks fine. They have damn good players on the skill position. The defense flies around, plays hard. Lions are legit. Yeah, I'm course correcting on the Lions. I thought they were going to be a team that regressed. And that's the thing, guys. You have to, as sports bettors, you have to identify when you're wrong. You can't just hold on to these like notions that this is what these teams are, this is what these players are. When teams play well and it's not lucky and it's not a random outcome, then you have to look at that. You have to consider like, hey, maybe I was wrong on this team. And I think, and it goes the other way. Like, if you think the team is good and they just keep playing bad, then that's the hardest one, guys. That's the hardest one as a sports bettor. When you think a team's good and you think that they just keep getting unlucky, but they're actually just really bad, that's a really bad trap to fall into, guys. Identify and look at the team subjectively and understand when they are not good anymore and hop off fast. Okay? I've lost a lot of money doing that shit, guys. That really, really sucks. Now with this game, I was on the Browns +8.5. I called the upset. I called it, guys. If you want my plays, guys, if you want my picks, they're free. All you have to do, click the link in the podcast description bio for this show, or on YouTube. It's in my homepage bio, at Instagram, at Twitter, in my bio there. I have my link everywhere. It's not that hard to find. Click that link. You get all my breakdowns, all my official picks. And so for this game, guys, the Browns played well last week. I can only look Lions -9.5. Total 44.5. I lean the under. Don't feel great about it. Next game up, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. I'm laughing because my buddy, another friend of mine, was saying, if the Texans don't beat the Titans this week, then they're the Titans. if you catch my drift, if the Houston Texans do not beat the Tennessee Titans this week, they are then the Tennessee Titans. Because everybody knows the Tennessee Titans suck. But damn, Texans, if you can't beat the Titans, woo, you guys are the Titans. Line is -7. Total is 38.5. And quick on that total, I like this to go over. Cam Ward and the Titans offense is actually, in my opinion, kind of close to clicking and putting points on the board, at least in a manner where they can contribute and clear these low totals of 38.5. And also their defense just isn't very good. They're giving up chunk plays, penalties. Obviously the only problem is the Texans offense looks bad. CJ Stroud is missing throws. Their offensive line is bad. These two offensive lines are bad. But Houston should win. They should cover. It's going to be a huge public play all the way around. Everyone's going to have the Texans in a money line. Everyone's going to have Texans -7, pros and Joes most likely. Whenever that happens, I get a little nervous, but I think maybe a safer bet is just take Titans team total under whatever that number is going to be. Like 14.5 or something like that. 16.5 it might be. Yeah, I think that might be the safest way. Texans defense is still very damn good. They held the Jaguars to 17. The Jaguars offense is much better this year with Liam Cohen as the play caller. Texans held the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a very low point total as well. And the Texans held the Rams to a very low point total. So Texans defense is still elite. Top 10, top 5 even. So I don't see the Titans scoring much. You know, if you don't think the Texans are going to cover that -7 and you're afraid that they can't even get to 20 points, even against the Titans defense, maybe that might be the best way to go, guys. Next game up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the New York Giants. And Jackson Dart, our friend, Mr. Dart, he is going to get his first start as a rookie. The Ole Miss quarterback. And if you're not following like the Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's the head coach, and his daughter is dating the LSU linebacker, and like that whole situation this week. Go look up that. That's entertaining. That's very funny. Anyways, Chargers 3-0. They got lucky against the Broncos. The Broncos really just gave that game away. That was embarrassing. The Broncos have not been sharp their first 3 games of the season. Chargers have found ways to win. They found ways to win last game. They kind of won soundly the other 2 games against the Raiders and the Chiefs. But anyways, this is my rule, guys, and I definitely subscribe to it, and I would want you guys to adhere to it as well, that don't bet on stuff you don't know. Okay? Preseason football is not enough data to bet on regular season football. And Jackson Dart looked very good in the preseason. I'm high on Jackson Dart. If I was forced to bet this game, I would be betting the Giants plus 6.5. I think the Giants are live to win this game, for sure. But with that said, I have to see it with my eyes first, guys. I have to see the Jackson Dart experience. I have to see what he does, how the team responds, all that stuff. And until I see that, I can't basically coin flip my money on this game, guys. If you're going to do that long term, I do believe that's a losing proposition. Bet what you know. Bet what you know. Okay? And right now, we think we know Jackson Dart is good. We think that he's talented. We don't know, though. We don't know. So with that said, I'm staying off this game. I lean Giants plus 6.5. Total, I lean over 44. I think Jackson Dart either puts points on the board or puts points on the board for the other team, creates kind of a blowout situation, and then they have to rally and score more points. I lean over 44. But again, I don't know the Jackson Dart situation, guys. I'm not risking my money on stuff I do not know. Next game up. 4 o'clock game. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the San Francisco 49ers. This line has been going down a little bit. So it was only -3.5. Now there's some -3s out there, like almost half of the books. And this is kind of the spot I was saying, guys. This whole AFC, NFC cross-country situation. Like, how many times have the Jaguars beaten the 49ers in San Francisco? Probably never. Like, probably never. I like San Francisco here, -3. I like it a lot if Brock Purdy plays. I think Brock Purdy is going to play this week, but I know they're not going to rush him back. They might be fine with Mac Jones. Mac Jones played for the Jaguars last year, guys. Started like 6 games for him. That's an interesting angle. So if he plays, he'll definitely have some motivation to beat the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence sucks. Let's just say it. He's a bust for number 1 overall pick. Like, he was supposed to be better player than Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a better number 1 overall pick than Trevor Lawrence, and I don't think Trevor Lawrence will ever come close to Jared Goff, and I don't even think Jared Goff is that special. So that's really my opinion on Trevor Lawrence. Now, yes, his wide receivers have dropped a lot of passes, but even with that, he just throws dumbass interceptions. And like, I'm getting mad about it, and I didn't even have money on the Jaguars this season yet. He hasn't even lost me money, and like, I just get pissed off watching him play quarterback. The only thing is Liam Cohen. I do think he's a very good offensive coordinator. The offense looks better this year, but man, 49ers defense is still very good, even without Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa's out for the season with like an ACL, torn ACL. Man, the Bosa boys stay hurt, don't they? Over unders at 47. Whoa, 47, man. I'm sorry. That's too high. Why is that 47? Why do they think the Jaguars are going to score a lot of points in this game? Guys, 49ers defense is good. Sorry, guys, I'm battling through this little cold I got. 49ers young secondary is playing very well. D. Winters, Fred Warner, playing very well. The rookie, Malik Williams, the rookie out of Georgia, I believe, he played very well last week. They still have Bryce Huff as an edge rusher. Robert Saleh still a defense coordinator. They're at home. I think Jaguars team total unders are a really good look here. What's that going to be? That's going to be 24 divided by 1. Under 21.5? Really? I don't see the Jaguars getting to over 21 points. Man, that's too high, guys. Even for the 49ers, like the Jaguars defense, their front seven, Devin Lloyd's playing better, the inside linebacker for the Jaguars. Foyce Aluakon's still very good. Josh Hines-Allen, Trayvon Walker. Eric Armstead comes back to the Bay Area. Okay, there's another little angle there. Eric Armstead, the defensive tackle for the Jaguars. Their secondary is playing okay. Jordan Lewis intercepting the ball. Tyson Campbell makes plays. Travis Hunter getting some snaps. Man, I kind of like the full game under 47. I don't know why that's so high, guys. I like 49ers -3. I like the under 47. I think I'm going to bet that under 47. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Los Angeles Rams. It's very difficult to tell if the Indianapolis Colts are for real or not. And this happens every single year, guys. Every single year in the NFL. There's teams that look bad. They're not that bad. There's teams that look great. They're undefeated. 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. They're not that good. Okay? The Colts played the Dolphins. The Dolphins didn't even get off the bus. They didn't even get off the plane. Okay? They took care of them at home. Kudos to the Colts. They played really freaking hard. The next week, they played well against the Broncos. I'll give them credit. But the Broncos pissed down their legs. Bo Nix threw a fourth quarter interception in the Colts territory. And then Will Lutz also missed a field goal that would have put them up 5 or something like that, with pretty much the game in control. And the Colts found a way to come back and win that one. Then the Colts played the Titans. So I'm not sold on Indianapolis being all that. And that's why this line is -3.5 to the Los Angeles Rams. And the over-under is 49.5, 50.5 out there too. I like the Rams to win this game, guys. And since I like them to win this game, I think they do cover the -3.5. There will be 3 games this week, most likely on average. Could be 2, could be 4, could be 3, could only be 1, could be none. Where a team wins as a favorite and they do not cover. Key number is 3. But I think the Rams win this, guys. Daniel Jones has looked good. But the Rams' defense is underrated. They played well for most of the game and then kind of let go the rope a little bit against the Eagles when the Eagles came back. If they stopped them on that 4th down, they would have only given up 20 points or something like that against the or 19 points. They only would have given up 19 points against the Eagles offense. And yes, the Eagles like to run the ball, but the Eagles were like a top 5 scoring offense last season. Like they get up to 28 points like it's nothing usually. So I like the Rams defense, guys. I think they bring Daniel Jones down to earth a little bit. Colts defense, I think they're all right as well. Another angle, guys. Another angle. Lou Anarumo used to be the Bengals defensive coordinator. He lost to the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. So if you want to look at that angle. And I kind of like under 49.5 here, guys. I like under 49.5. I think that's a little too high. Rams defense is sneaky good. And Colts defense is a defense I respect. I think they can do good things. Give me the under 49.5 or under 50 and the Rams minus 3.5. Next game up, we got the Chicago Bears at the Las Vegas Raiders. And Caleb Williams came out after the game, was like, man, it feels great. Something we worked so hard for. Everyone's so excited. You know, basically an exhale quote. Like, it feels so good. Ben Johnson comes out. I'm going to enjoy it for tonight. And then we're 1-2. We haven't done anything. We need to get back in. We need to go win the next week. So that's where Ben Johnson's focus is. I would have liked a little bit more of a, hey, we need to get ready for next week from Caleb Williams. But the Raiders started 1-0. Then they played a good team in the Chargers. Lost that. Went into a team against the Washington Commanders, and they were flat. And the Commanders were pissed off. They lost the previous week to the Packers, and kind of soundly. And then now they were at home and they took care of business with their backup quarterback, and they rallied around Marcus Mariota. Special teams was great, and the Chargers fell flat. This line is short, guys. I am pretty confident I'm going to be betting the Las Vegas Raiders. Bears defense is not good. Raiders defense, I think, has hope. They played well at New England. They played well at home against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. They were asleep. They did not get off the plane when they played Washington, guys. I do believe they have the better defense than Chicago. Geno Smith was pretty good last week. A lot of it was garbage time touchdowns, but he didn't turn the ball over. He almost threw 2 interceptions, but I like Geno Smith to bounce back. I like the Raiders at home to bounce back. I think this line is way too short. I think people are a little too high on the Bears. I think people are bailing on the Raiders too much. I think this line should be closer to -3 for the Raiders. Over under. I like the over. Well, actually, 47.5. Sorry, guys. Let me take a water break real quick. Just a second. All right. 47.5. If I think the Raiders defense actually comes out and plays well, then I think this game goes under. So I think this game goes under now. I actually thought I was going to go over. I'm going to change my mind. I think this stays under. I think Caleb Williams struggles. I think Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders, and that Raiders defense has some pride. There's a lot of veterans on that side of the ball. They're going to come out. They're going to play a damn good game, guys. I really like the freaking Las Vegas Raiders, man. And you know what? The fall equinox just happened, guys. And you know one of my favorite things in the NFL is that freaking Las Vegas Raiders song where it goes like bump, ba-da-dump, dun 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 dun, and then it goes like the autumn wind is a pirate or something like that, and it goes da 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 da. You gotta look that up. Look up. Chris Berman used to play that on ESPN, guys. Like way back in the day when he did his like little NFL thing. Look up the autumn wind is a pirate. Oakland Raiders, something like that. It's a classic. So yeah, I like under 47.5. Give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders -1, whatever the money line is. Next game up. This game is going to be amazing for all the right reasons or all the wrong reasons. Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. Both teams are 1-2. One of these teams is going to go to 1-3. And as a Steelers fan, I hope it's the Ravens go to 1-3. But I will be just as happy if the Chiefs go to 1-3. I am sick of the Chiefs winning all the time, guys. Sick of it. They're actually kind of a likable team in my opinion, if you don't mind like the whole Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing. I like Patrick Mahomes. I like Andy Reid. They're likable guys. I like Spagnuolo. They don't really have a big ego on that team. I guess outside of Kelce. So, but still, with that said, I have Chiefs fatigue. I don't want them to go to the Super Bowl. I don't even really want them to get it past the divisional round in the playoffs. But with that said, I hope the Chiefs win. And a +3 popped up. So it was +2.5. +3s are popping up here for the Chiefs. I know it doesn't make any sense, guys, but or maybe it does make sense. But this is the thing: when the Ravens click, they look like the frickin' greatest show on turf, like the '99 Rams, and they just look great. But then Lamar just Lamars, man. He just Lamars. He fumbles the ball. He like panics. He thinks he can evade defenders, take sacks, throws bad interceptions. Players fumble. Players drop balls. Their defense isn't that good. Matabuke looks like it's a long-term injury for the defensive tackle for the Ravens. They couldn't stop the run, guys. Their secondary has name power, but I don't think they've been playing that well. I don't like the Ravens here, guys. I think the Chiefs, they had their little hiccups. They should have beat the Eagles, or they should have like had a better chance to beat the Eagles, but Travis Kelce dropped the ball going in for a touchdown, bounced in the air, and then Eagles got the interception. Lost a tough one to the Chargers. Showed last week against a very talented Giants front seven, and Giants offense. Russ lit up the Cowboys the week before that. Russ had an awful game. That's why Jackson Dart's in now. But anyways, I think the Chiefs bounce back at home here, guys. Or not bounce back, but I think they get a home win here. Ravens are kind of in a flux a little bit. But yeah, that's the way I'm leaning. I like the Chiefs. Over under 48.5. I lean over just because the Ravens defense is not very good. Spagnuolo does usually play the Ravens offense very well, so there is that. I lean over, not a strong opinion. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football, we got, man, there's a lot of interesting people returning home, huh? Or returning to their former teams, or going against former coaches, so forth and so forth. Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons returns to play the Cowboys. Clark, the defensive tackle for the Cowboys, he was hurt against Chicago for a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be healthy this week to play. Kenny Clark, he used to play for the Packers, so there's that. Spread is -7. And that got bought down, guys. It's mostly 6.5s. So if you like Cowboys, maybe bet them sooner than later at that +7. Looks like there's some legitimate Cowboys money coming in. Total is 47.5. So So this is the thing, guys. The Packers, Rasheed Walker, something like that. They're starting left tackle, left guard, whatever. He came out and before the game against the Browns and was like, he didn't see anybody who could beat them on their schedule. It's so freaking funny that they lost the Browns, guys. And Matt LaFleur came out after the Browns loss and reiterated that the goal every single week that he preaches is to go 1-0. And Matt LaFleur, you know, he's small, kind of cares about his appearance, like gels his hair, keeps it clean shaven, like doesn't really come across as a football guy. He's very passionate. He likes to yell. He gets pissed off. I like that shit. I like players on the bench yelling at each other. I like coaches yelling at players. I like people shoving each other. Football, like I said, is an emotional ass sport. I need that shit. Okay, if I was a head coach, I need that. I need passion. I need putting people in their place, checking people like, hey, this is not okay. Okay? You can't say that shit. Stop saying that shit. Worry about going 1-0 this week against the Dallas Cowboys. So that's where the Packers' mindset's going to be, coming off of a loss. Cowboys are going to be motivated as well. They tend to play pretty well at home. Packers have had their number of late, I believe. Obviously, they beat the Cowboys in the playoffs 2 seasons ago. CeeDee Lamb's out for the Cowboys. George Pickens is a head case. So glad the Steelers got rid of him. With all that said, I still kind of lean Cowboys +7, even with CeeDee Lamb out, even with their awful defense. I could see the Packers winning a close one here. I do think the Packers win this game. They're more talented on defense. They have a very good defense. And Cowboys, yeah, I lean under 40. What was it, 47.5? I definitely lean under there. Yeah, I lean under. And I lean Cowboys +7, but Packers to win. So not very strong all around in that game. All right, let's go to Monday Night Football. 2 games. I'll be quick with this one, Jets-Dolphins. I have a 5-unit max bet on this game. If you want that information, click the link in my bio, in the podcast description. At Twitter, I'm at Easy Money Wins. At Instagram, Easy Money Wins. TikTok finally gave me back my account, but they deleted all my videos, so I'll figure out a way how to put TikTok content back out on there. But I'm in play. I got a 5-unit max bet. If you want that information, go ahead and click the link, guys. Last game, we got the Bengals at the Broncos. 7s are gone. 7.5 now. It was 7 for the Broncos, home favorite. People have bought off that 7 to 7.5 now. Total is, what's the total at? Let's see. 44. 44.5, 43.5. So, Jake Browning, I bet against him last week with my 4-unit play on the Vikings money line. Obviously, made me look like a freaking genius. That's awesome. But yeah, Jake Browning with a very active pass rush in his face, and the Bengals offensive line still sucks, and the Broncos defense line is still very good. I think it's like deja vu almost. And the Broncos are 0-3 against the spread. They have not put together a full game. And I think that the Bengals are just a great matchup for them to get right. I think they win by 10 or more. I don't think it's going to be quite as embarrassing. I think the Bengals have more pride than to get blown out so bad twice in a row. But I still think that they get beat pretty soundly here. I'm probably going to bet the Broncos -7.5. And yeah, I like over 44 because I do think the Bengals fight a little bit. I see like 30-17. That sounds like a good number. Like Broncos up 30-10 in the fourth quarter. Bengals get a charity touchdown, 30-17. So score does not look as bad as the game actually was. Kind of like that situation. And so, like, yeah, I like the Broncos to win by margin. Feel pretty damn confident about that one, guys. Most likely going to bet that. And that's the podcast. I really appreciate y'all. Please drop a like. Tell your friend. Tell your family. Listen to my podcast. I'm on YouTube as well. Drop a like. Drop a comment. Follow me on Twitter. But most importantly, guys, click that link so you get all my information and we can win money together. I love y'all. I will see y'all next week.